Hypocrites within their mind a way that would cause apprehensions so as to deprive of their will to struggle. These use a clear, comprehensible, sincere, and pleasant tone. The speech of Muslims contains a particular warmth and wisdom that is pleasant to the hearts of those who listen. Every word they utter is in agreement with the Qur'an and has a calm quality that soothes the soul of the listener. On the other hand, every word of the hypocrite contains a hidden evil, a subtle message that contradicts the Qur'an, and a dark, anxiety-provoking connotation. Thus, it should not be forgotten that hypocrites never speak this way openly, in a manner that will have true intentions. Most of their time, hypocrites mention the name of God, verses of the Qur'an, appearing giving a religious speech. However, it also includes statements in every sentence that might arouse in those with weaker faith, and can cause confusion, anxiety, in people. Hypocrites make it seem as if they are doing a good thing or giving advice, yet their actual intention is to cause sedition among the community. With their small brains, they criticize the messenger covertly or blatantly in their own ways, and try to give the impression of doing so for the betterment of Muslims. They claim they are only giving advice because they love and want the good of Muslims. However, their true intention is to raise doubt against the messenger, and those with weaker faith drive a wedge between them, and thus to weaken the belief to struggle with devotion to the messenger. In the era of our Prophet, peace be upon him, when the believers were about to go to non-believers, the hypocrite said, "Do not go out to fight in the heat." It states the following verse in the Qur'an: "Those who were left behind the message of God. They did not want to do jihad, to strive with their wealth and themselves God. They said, 'Do not go out to fight in the heat.' The fire of hell is much hotter if they only understood." Informs us about the significant aspects of the immorality of hypocrites. Wiser than our Prophet, peace be upon him. May God forbid, and upon him with their feeble minds. Secondly, under no circumstance are they willing to strive in the way of God. Thirdly, so as not to appear in struggle, they offer irrational excuses. The hypocrites of the era imply that our Prophet, peace of the heat and the conditions fighting in the heat will bring about. May God forbid the thought. And on they try to withhold those with weaker faith from fighting. They try to avoid fighting in the way of God and seek to weaken the strength of Muslims. They claim that by making Muslims go out to fight in the heat, our Prophet, who is the most conscientious, compassionate, profoundly the person that is the most fond of believers does not appreciate them. May God forbid the thing. Moreover, try to make them look like they hold the Muslims in high esteem. Of neither the Muslims nor Islam. They are only selfishly concerned about their own comforts, and come up with foolish excuses in order to avoid a struggle in the way of God. Regardless of how hot or cold the weather is, hypocrites with yet another excuse, and again slander our Prophet, peace be upon him, with a claim. More manifest themselves in their anxiety-provoking speeches that aim to break the resolve of the believers and to lead them to lethargy. As for the believers, everything that in them their devotion, love, and obedience to the Prophet, peace be upon him. The existence and speech means for believers to maintain their and to strive. Therefore, while the hypocrites attempt to provoke anxiety and weaken the believers, their schemes in fact cause the opposite. It endows the believers with greater spiritual strength and renders their scientific in the way of God fruitful.